Good day, everyone. I'd like to supply 6 answers to 6 ultimate reasons not to be an atheist. First off, I'd like to comment that if these are the ultimate reasons not to be an atheist, atheists are in no danger of converting to your brand of religion anytime soon. So let's go through these points one at a time and discuss them and see why your points mean nothing to me and probably mean very little to many atheists. Number 1, atheists can't believe that there is purpose and meaning to life. Well, first off, let's clarify exactly what you're talking about here. You are talking about absolute purpose and meaning. You're talking about purpose and meaning that is absolute and imposed from the outside. And I would agree. Under the definitions that you're trying to use, an atheist does not believe in absolute purpose or meaning to life. So, on the other hand, that is not in any way saying that as atheists we have no purpose and meaning to our lives. In fact, it isn't even going so far as to say that as atheists we do nothing to satisfy the spiritual needs that are bred into us as humans. I myself satisfy my spiritual needs as a transference to society. Society, all of us, what we create, I consider to be the spiritual world. This nothingness that does not exist, but yet is the creation of our thoughts, the creation of our coming together to achieve a level of thought above and beyond what is capable by any of us individually. The discoveries of science that are then passed on to all of us through this nebulous society and thinking, and this is all, none of this has any physical existence. It's just like a ghost. Except that, unlike a ghost, unlike a god, this is real to some extent. It is something that we can prove exists. We can show that it exists even though it does not. God is amenable to no such showing that he exists, despite many, many attempts of Christian apologists and other religious apologists throughout history. But there is meaning and purpose available. So, anyway, the point being that there are many non-theistic methods of acquiring meaning and purpose to one's life. Some atheists, it's their family. Some atheists, it's some specific task that they feel they must do. I mean, meaning and purpose is way too personal to say that it must be given to you. Many people are perfectly happy with their own self-found meaning and purpose. Anyway, on to the next point. So, point 2. Atheists cannot believe that there is an objective moral law. Well, what you mean is atheists cannot believe that there is a moral law imposed from outside that is absolute and unchanging and is not relative to us. Then yes, I agree, atheists cannot believe that. So? I mean, so? There is objective morality, that we can define in many other ways. We don't need God to give it to us. I myself define my morality and the morality, everything else, as a societal construct, something that we learn as children through this nebulous spiritual world that we all kind of create as humans. It is imparted to us. It is, in its own way, objective. There is, at its basic level, a truly right and wrong. It is wrong to randomly kill somebody for no reason. I don't think you're going to find very many people in the world, no matter what they claim is their belief system, that would disagree with that statement. It's just flat out accepted. There is an objective moral law based on the relative law of all humans agree. I just think your point is pointless. So what? There is nothing that was imposed by an absolute lawgiver. So flippin' what? Point 3. Atheists cannot believe that they have free will. Well, to some extent, you may actually be right here. It may actually be true that we don't actually have free will in an absolute sense. But one thing I can tell you for sure, if we don't have absolute free will, the illusion is damn good, because they've got us all convinced. This illusion has everyone convinced. We all believe that we have free will. It's common across all cultures, across all peoples, across all belief systems. We believe we have free will. Now, the fact that it may be possible at some time in the distant future to possibly understand the underlying processes so well that we might possibly be able to predict what somebody might think based on these processes. Just because something is theoretically possible in science doesn't mean we're ever going to be able to do it. And the human mind and the human consciousness is so complex and involves so many emergent properties that happen only because of the complexity involved, that are complexity emerging on top of other complexity. We may never be able to fully calculate the human mind. So the idea that we have no free will is a purely theoretical thing. As a practical thing, we have free will. An atheist can easily see that. We have free will as a practical thing. If we do not have free will, the illusion is so perfect as to make it pointless to even try to distinguish it. Now, if science continues to progress, and sometime in the distant future that changes, maybe this point will have some meaning. But until then, again, pointless, no score.